Hello friends, welcome to this video series on arithmetic. Today we'll start our discussion on time and work. So this will be basically an extension of the concepts which we have discussed in ratio and proportion. So we'll use that quite a bit along with some new concept pertaining to time and work. So here there are basically three broader concepts relating to variation in time and work. The first is with respect to that the work varies with the time and the variation is direct. So when I say if a quantity of work to be done, so higher the quantity of work to be done or larger is the work to be done, more will be the time taken. So it is directly proportional to time, right? So that is what has been written here. If the number of men working to finish a work remains a constant, unit of work or the quantity of work to be finished and days required. So days required here denotes the time. So the unit or the quantity of work and the time are directly proportional. That is, if the work increases, the number of days required to complete the work with the same number of working men also proportionately increases. So this is a direct variation, direct proportionality. So this we can say that W is equal to, we can remove the variance sign and we can write it W is equal to some constant K times T, where T denotes time. Now, so this means that when work increases, more will be the time taken. When the work decreases, lesser will be the time taken. Right? This is very, self-intuitive and nothing much to explain here. Now, similarly, when time is constant, then the quantity of work is directly proportional to the number of men required to finish the work. So, higher is the work to be done, more will be the number of men required if the time is constant or the time taken to complete a work is constant. So, suppose one unit of work is being finished in one day by 10 people. So, 2 unit of work will be finished by 20 people in one day. Right. So, here I can write that work is directly proportional to the number of men. Right. So this again can be written as work is equal to some constant times m. And third, if the unit of work to be done is constant, so if the quantity of work is constant, then by employing higher number of men, the number of time or the number of days or the time required to finish the work will be lesser. So it means that at work is equal to constant, the number of manpower employed or required is inversely proportional to the time. More is the higher the number of people, lesser the time required. Lesser is the number of people, higher the time required to finish the given quantity of work. So this is broadly the three principles or three variation concepts which we use in time and work. Now if I combine these three equations, so first is work is proportional to time, then work is proportional to number of manpower, and then again we know that manpower is inversely proportional to time. So with these three, I can write that work is nothing but proportional to time and manpower. So typically when we speak of time in work, we denote it in terms of days. So time here is in days and m is the number of men required. So we will remove the proportionality here and we'll replace it with some constant k into number of men into days required. Now, in case of work, work is defined as the number of work done is nothing but number of men into number of days, as I have written here. So here proportionality k holds a value of 1. So W is nothing but men into days, and which is work, right? So work can be represented as man days. This is a standard relation. So that is what I have written here, that work done is equal to number of men into number of days. So so far we have seen that work depends upon the two broader factors or two broader variables. Those are the manpower and the days, right? However, there is one more variable which may affect the work to be done, and that is nothing but efficiency. Efficiency. So what do we mean by efficiency? That is the rate of doing work. There may be some people who are more efficient in doing the work. So suppose if person A does finish a work in say 10 days, so person B with more efficiency, say double the efficiency, so efficiency when it's double, so he will be able to finish the work in half of the days, that is 5 days. So more efficient means less time required, so therefore we can say that efficiency is inversely proportional to time. So more is the efficiency, lower is the time required. From here we can conclude that the work done, so higher efficient, more efficient people in a given time can do more work. So efficiency is directly proportional to work. This also we can say, given time is constant. Time is constant. So as an example, if A is twice as efficient as B, it means that A takes half the time to finish the work, same work, as B requires working alone. So here we have seen that efficiency is proportional to 1 by T. So from here we can write that E1 by E2 is equal to T2 by T1, right? From here we can say, because this is inversely proportional. So E1, say suppose in this case E1, let it be E1 only, and E2 is 2 times E1. This is equal to T2 and T1. Suppose E1 and T1 is given and 2 E1 is given. So from here we can say that T2 is nothing but T1 by 2. So a person with double the efficiency will finish the work in half the time as taken by A. That is what is given here. Similarly, if I take another example, if A is 10% more efficient than B and B takes B number of days to complete a work, then A will take how many days? So here also we know that efficiency is inversely proportional to the time taken. So I can say EA upon EB will be nothing but TB upon TA, which is now EA is there and EB is nothing but 10% more than EA, so 1.1 times EA, and that is given as equal to TB upon TA. TA is given as B, right? B. So from here we can say that time taken by B is efficiency of A will get cancelled out. So that is nothing but B upon 1.1. So we need not do all this. We can, since we know that efficiency is inversely proportional to time. So if anyone is 10% more efficient, so he will take lower time than the original one. So how much lower? That will be nothing but B upon 1.1, right? B upon 1.1, because his efficiency is 1.1 times, so his work required will be 1.1 times lower than the B. So that is what is in terms of efficiency and time relationship. Now, so far we have seen that work is proportional to the number of manpower, work is proportional to the time, and work is proportional to the efficiency. Higher efficient people can do more number of work in a given time. So from these three, I can say that work is nothing but M times T. T can be written as in form of days. Days further can be written in terms of hours. So D into H into efficiency E1. So that is what is given here. If M1 man can do W1 work in D1 days, working H1 hours per day with E1 efficiency. So now see, W1 amount of work can be done by M1 number of men. What is the time taken? D1 days working H1 hours. So in terms of hour, it will be D1 into H1. So D1 into H1 is the time. And what is the efficiency? E1. So this is the work W1, and W2 work will be what? M2 number of men doing for D2 number of days, working H2 number of hours for E2 efficiency, with E2 efficiency, right? So from here we can say that, M1 into D1 into H1 into E1 upon W1 is equal to M2 into D2 into H2 into W2, and this is constant, and this is the most generic form of a constant. Otherwise, simply what we know is constant is a man days. In terms of man days, we know work is equal to man days, which is equal to constant. So if work is constant, we can write that work is nothing but in terms of man days. So, but here only man days. Here we have taken along with days some hours also and some efficiency factor also. So this is quite a general form of representation of work. Now a few examples we will take, and through that we will try to understand some basic, very basic level concepts on time and work in this session. Here, if 15 men can finish a work in 6 days, right, then the number of persons required to complete the work in 5 days. So here 15 men working for 6 days. So what is the work done? W1 is what? Man days, 15 men into 6 days. So that is nothing but 90 man days. This is the total work done in the first case. And this is the work, total work there on the plate. Now if the number of persons required, we have to find if the work is to be finished in 5 days. So now question is, to finish this 90 man days work, how many manpower would be required? Let it be M to finish it in 5 days. So work we know is now 90 man days. We have to find the number of man so that it gets completed in 5 days. So from here, man number of persons required is 90 by 5, which is 18 persons. Right? Pretty simple. No major concepts required here. Now this we solved using the concept of man days. Now method 2, using chain rule of variation, which we had seen in the previous session on proportion and variation. So here what we do, we know that we have to find the number of persons required. So number of, this we have seen, so I can directly write number of persons is equal to what? What is the original number of person? In the first case, that is 15 men. Now we have to find the new number of person. Let it so original number of person, which is 15 men. Now what is the variable which is changing? Initially it was 6 days. Now it is getting reduced to 5 days, right? So this will have impact on the number of person. And we know that when the number of days increases, the number of persons required would be less to finish a given amount of work. If that has to be done in more number of days, the number of persons required would be less, or vice versa. If it has to be finished in lesser number of days, the number of persons to be employed will be more. So this is inversely related. So here it will be what? 6 by 5. It will not be 5 by 6 because number of uh, days is lower, so number of persons will be more. So 6 by 5. So from here we can say 18 persons directly. This is also very easy, very time efficient method, and I would prefer if we can use this only. However, this is a concept driven man days based upon man days concept. So this we should know actually. Both are same thing, just the approach we are adopting and the line of thinking is a bit different. Otherwise, the overall the stuff remains the same only. Now question 2 says if 18 men can finish a work in 6 days working 10 hours a day. So what is the work done is nothing but 18 number of men working for 6 hours, working 10 hours per day. So this is the work done in man. Here it is in man hours, right? Days into hours become man hours. So total number of work is this is 1080 man hours. Now same work, then find the number of persons working 9 hours a day required to complete the same work in 12 days. So now we have to find, so let it be m into working 9 hours a day and finish in 12 days. So 12 into 9, right? And W1 we know is what? 1080 m into 12 into 9. So from here we can say that m is 1080 upon 12 into 9, which is 10 persons. Pretty simple concept using the concept of man days, which is here it is man hours. Now method 2, if we see, method 2 says that we have to find the number of men. What is the original number of men? That is 18 men are working. What are the variables changing now? Persons working, work has to be completed in 12 days, right? So number of men and number of days are inversely related. More number of days, less manpower required. So inversely related. So here this 12 will be in denominator and 6 days, original 6 days will be in numerator. Now second variable is hours per day, right? Basically both are a unit of time, days and hours. Days and hours both are unit of time. And number of men and the time are inversely related. More men, less time required. Less number of men, more time required to finish the same work. So here hours will also be inversely related. It will be nothing but 9 hours in the second case, and first case it is 10 hours. So this becomes mm, 12 9 ja 108 cancel. So this is 8 men. So this is even a simpler approach, right? Next move to the next question. Here it says that if 15 men can finish a work in 8 days working 10 hours a day, then 18 persons with 25% more efficiency working 9 hours a day can complete the work in how many days? So again the same thing, we can equate work is M1 D1 H1 E1 is equal to same work has to be done, so M2 D2 H2 E2, right? Same man days or man hours concept we are using here. So here what is it? Initially the number of men were 15 men working 8 hours a day, sorry 8 days for working 10 hours a day with say efficiency of E1. Now 18 persons, D2 we have to find, H2 is now 9 hours and E2 is 1.25 times E1, right? So here E1 will get cancelled with E1. So we can say that D2 is 15 into 8 into 10 upon 18 into 9 into 1.25. So this if we solve, I mean I can use the calculator. 15 into 8 into 10 upon 18 into 9 into 1.25. So this is 160 upon 27 days, which is 5 or 25 by 27 days. So this is the answer. Now let's solve this with a chain rule. We have to find the number of days. Number of days. What is the initial number of days? That is 8 days. 8 days. So 8 into. Now what are the variables which are changing? So number of persons is getting increased to 18. So more person, less days required. So inversely related. So 18 will be in denominator and 15 will be in numerator. Basically the concept is more person, less number of days. So it will have a reducing effect. So that is why 15 by 18 is coming here. Now second variable is 9 hours a day and it is 10 hours initially. So this is also a unit of time, and time is inversely related to number of so I mean here also, if a person is working more number of hours a day, so number of days required will be less. So here it is inversely proportional. So it will be 9 into 10, right? If initially they were working 10 hours and taking say 8 days, so now if someone is working 9 hours, other things kept constant, they will be taking more number of days. That is 10 by 9 times the original number of days. And then other factor is efficiency. Now more efficient, less time required. So more is the efficiency, less will be the number of days required. So this is also inversely related. So this becomes 1.25 and 1, right? So this we will solve now, and from here the same thing, 8 into 15 into 10 upon this. So here this will come 160 upon 27 number of days, which is 5 whole 25 upon 27 days. Answer. Now question says 2 men or 5 women can complete a piece of work in 15 days. So what is the work? Work is nothing but 2 men into 15 days, which is 30 man days of work, or it is 5 women and 15 day, which is 75 women day. This is the work, and both the works are same. I mean both is same W only. So we can say that basically 2m into 15 is nothing but 5w into 15. So we can say here that m 2m is 5w, or m by w is 5 by 2. So what does this m and w represent? So this is basically nothing but efficiency. I mean if 2 is the number of men, so 2 men are working with m efficiency, which is 5 times, and 5 women are working with w efficiency, which is 2. So that ratio we have found, m and w. So basically when I say this is m and w, these are the efficiency of respectively men and women. Right. Now in how many days can 5 men the same work, 5 men and 4 women complete the same work? So now work we know that is 5 men will be working with 5m with m efficiency, 5m, and 4 women will be working with 4w efficiency, and number of days that it will be d, right? And w we know w is either 30 man days or 75 women days. So we will take it only one unit. So let it be say in terms of women only. So this is 75 women days, right? W. And now 5m I can write as 5 into m is 5 by 2. So here m I write as 5w by 2. So this it becomes 25w by 2 plus 4w into d is 75 women day. So from here I can find the value of women, sorry, days here. So d is a variable. So it will be like 8, 25, 8 is 33. So 33 and so this is 75 into 2 upon 33. So it becomes 150 upon 33, 50 upon 11 days. So that is 4 whole 6 by 11 days they will take to finish the given work. So basically what we did here, the question was like 2 men or 5 women can do a piece of work in 15 days. So from these two, and they are doing the same work independently. So from here we can find out ki how efficient the men is with respect to women. That ratio we have got as 5 by 2. Now given that we know the efficiency or the working rate of men and women, we have to find the number of days when 5 men and 4 women work together. I mean working together. This is working together. So here we have to find now ki how many days 5 men and 4 women working together will take to finish the same work, which is 75 women days. So here we, instead of m, we substituted 5w by 2 from this ratio, and then I mean basically this I have substituted here in this equation, and then obtained the value of number of days, right? So this was the simple problem. Now we will again look at one more. Here if 8 men and 13 boys can do a piece of work in 6 days. In 6 days. So 8 men, so 8, say suppose 8 is the number of men working with M efficiency, and 13 is the number of boys working with B efficiency, can do a piece of work in 6 days. So this is the work W1, and this is also given that further the same work is done by 10 men and 15 boys in 5 days. So this is 10 men plus 15 boys into 5 days. So from here I equate the two. So it becomes 48 men plus 78b is 50m plus 75b. So here it is 3b is equal to 2m. So here I can say that men are 1.5 times more efficient than boys, right? This is what we have got here. Now having got this, we have to find how long will the 12 men and 32 boys take to do the same work. What is the work? We can equate either the same thing. This is the work. So same work W being done by 12 men with M efficiency and 32 boys with B efficiency in how many days? So let the number of days be n. Number of days, and W we know is nothing but anything we can take. Let's say first part 8m plus 13b into 6 is the work. This is to be done by 12 men plus 32b into n number of days. So from here I can write n is equal to 8m. We know m we can write as 3b by 2. So 8 into 3b by 2 plus 13b into 6 upon 12 into 3b by 2 plus 32b into, right. So this is, yeah, here 2 4 ja 4 3 ja 12, 12 13 25, 25 into 6 is 150b, and here it is 6 6 3 ja 18, 18 plus 32 is 50, so 50b. So here it becomes 3. So basically number of days required is required or number of days taken is 3 days. Right, this is the answer, and this is the basic approach through which we will solve the question. And this should not take much time, less than 15-20 seconds. We can easily do this. When I'm writing it with, I mean, all the steps, it may appear to be taking time, but this is really easy and very time efficient. Now, question number 5 we will see. 5, it says that if 4 men and 6 women can harvest 25 hectares of crop in 5 days, and if 5 men and 10 women can harvest 20 hectares of land in 3 days, how many women must assist 9 men in order that they may harvest 500 hectares in 4 days? The same concept. What is the work? I mean, here work may not be same. Here work is different. First work is 25 hectares of crop harvesting. Second work is 20 hectares of crop harvesting. Third work is 500 hectares of crop harvesting. So W1 is 4 men working with M efficiency and 6 women working with W efficiency will finish the work in 5 days. And what is that work? That is nothing but 25 hectares of harvesting, right? And W2 is 5 men plus 10 women, 3 days, harvesting 20 hectare, right? So these are two different works. However, we can take the ratio of let it be equation 1 and equation 2. So 1 divided by 2, or we can say there are 2 equations and 2 variables. We can find the value of M and W. So this becomes sorry, the question says this is 21. This is 21 just for the simplicity of the calculation, nothing else. So now if this becomes 5 ja and this is 7. So this becomes 4m plus 6w upon 5m plus 10w is equal to 5 by 7. So this we can solve as 28m plus 42w is 25m plus 50w. So this we can rearrange, and 3m is equal to 8w. So efficiency of men and women we get as 8 by 3. Yes, so now so we have got the ratio of m by w. So what is the question? How many more women is required? How many women are required to assist 9 men? So there are 9 men. Let there be x women doing the work for 4 days and completing how many? 500 hectares. So 500 hectares means 20 times this combination, 20 times 4m plus 6w into 5, right? Because 4m plus 6w into 5 represents 25. So 50 means 20 times that, right? So this we can do here. So this is nothing but 4 5 ja. So from here we can say 9m plus xw is equal to 100m plus 150w, right? So m I can write in terms of w now. So 9 into 8 by 3w plus xw is equal to 100 into 8 by 3w plus 150w. So here it becomes x is nothing but 150 plus 91 into 8 by 3 women. So 30, 330, 32, 40, 240 and 150 is nearly 390. So it is 390 decimal something because of some data here and there, but it's coming in a decimal form. Number of men or women cannot be decimal. So but assume that let's we take to the nearest decimal. So this is 390 women are required. needed along with 9 men to finish the work in 4 days. And what is the work? Harvesting 500 hectares. We should be careful of not writing this as equal to 500, right? This, I mean, here 4m plus 6w into 5 is not 25 hectares. This represents 25 hectare of work. So I write this as is representative of this. Here also this is not equal. This is representative of 21 hectares of work. So same way, here this will be representative of 500 hectares, right? So 390, approximately 390 women is required, 390 point something, but just ignore that, I mean, or data, yeah, the process we have now learned here. Similarly, now we learn the concept of unitary method in time and work. So it says that if A does a work, so when we say one work means one complete work. Work means, say suppose building a road, so that becomes one work, building the road. Like suppose filling the tank, overhead tank, so that is one work or one unit of work. Similarly, building a wall, that is one work. So when we say a work, it means one unit of work, right? Finishing the whole work is one unit of work. So if A does the work in X days, so that is means we can say X days needed to do one work. So in one day needed to do, by unitary method we can say 1 upon X work, right? So the same thing here, that is what we can say ki if A takes X days to finish one work, so he will take in one day how much work he will do. In one day he will finish 1 by X work, right? We'll see the use of this later on. Similarly, if B in Y days he finishes one work or one unit of work, so in one day how much work will be completed? 1 upon Y by unitary method, 1 upon Y unit of work. So same thing. Now given the same fact, if A finishes a work in X days, the B finishes the same work in Y days, when A and B works together, then how much time is required? So the same thing. Now, so here we will say that in one day A does 1 by X work and B does 1 by Y work. So from here we can say in one day working together they do 1 by X plus 1 by Y work, which is xy plus x plus y work. So that is this work per day, xy plus x plus y work per day. This is the number of work done by them per day, right? So this is the basic, very basic level concept of time and work, and using this all the questions of time and work will be solved. However, we may see this becomes a bit tedious. We have to I mean, we have to deal in that something of fractional form, 1 by x, 1 by y, x y upon x plus y. So that there's a very beautiful way of uh, solving the same problem or the similar concept using the LCM method. So in LCM method, I'll take an example. Let's suppose A does a work in say 4 days and B does the same work in 5 days. So what we can do, let us assume that the total work is nothing but LCM of the time required by the individual persons to finish the work. So 4 comma 5, which is 20. So let us assume what is the total work. Total work is nothing but 20 units of work is there, or 20 man days, or any unit of work. So 20 units let us assume. So if the total work is, say total work is 20 units, so what is, so if total work is 20 unit and A finishes the work in 4 days, so what is the rate of doing of work by A? That is, A will do 5 units per day, and B finishes the work in 5 days. That is, he does 20 units of work in 5 days. So means he does 20 by 5, which is 4 units per day. So when both work together, A plus B will do 9 units per day. So 9 units per day. To finish, to do 20 units of work, they will require 20 by 9 days, right? 20 upon 9 units per day, so it is 20 by 9 days. This is the another way. This is very beautiful way. We'll see various illustrations on this, and then with this we can solve the question. Now let us see the problem. Here say A and B can finish a piece of work individually in 10 and 15 days respectively. In what time they can finish the work working together? So both the way, method 1, let us see first. So 10 days needed by A to do one work. So 1 day needed by A to do 1 by 10 work, right? Similarly, for A, for B, it is said that 15 days needed to do one work. So 1 day needed to do 1 by 15 work. So in 1 day, A plus B will do what? 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15 units of work. Which is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15. LCM we will take is 30. So this becomes 10, 3 and 30. So basically what we can say, 5 by 30, or which is 1 by 6 basically, which is 1 by 6 units. So I can write here, so 1 by 6 units done by A plus B in 1 day. So using unitary method, 1 unit or the full work is done by A plus B in 1 by 6, which is 6 days. This is the most generic and a very simple, easiest approach to solve the problem of this nature, and this is very conventional approach. However, this we should know, but this may not be very time efficient, so we will use a LCM method. Method 2, using LCM approach. What is it? LCM approach says, let us assume that that's the total work be LCM of number of days, which is 10 and 15. So LCM of 10 and 15 is what? 30 units of work. Let us assume total. So A completes in 10 days. So what is his rate of doing work? Rate of doing work A will finish 30 units in 10 days, so it is 3 units per day. And B takes 20 days, sorry, 15 days to finish. So rate of doing work will be 30 units of total work by 15 days, so that is 2 units per day. So A plus B, what is the total rate? 5 units per day when they work together, right? 5 units per day. So meaning 5 units per day they can work. So to finish 30 days, we can simply 30 by 5, 6. So number of days needed is what? Total work upon rate of doing work, which is 30 by 5, which is 6 answer, right? This is very simple and very beautiful approach of solving the question. So going forward, we will use this method only. This we may not use every time. I mean, this is the generic one, the approach in the blue ink, that is a very generic one, and this we should know, but though we may not be using this frequently because it is a bit tedious and we have to deal in the fractions. That is the reason we are not using this, because we have to deal in fractions. Here we have to deal, no dealing in fractions. It's all a very unit comfortable digits are there. Now let's move to question 7. Here say that if A and B can finish a piece of work in working individually in 12 and 18 days respectively, in what time they can finish the work if they work alternately starting with A? So same, I start with using LCM method. Total work is equal to LCM of 12, 18, which is 36 units, right? So A and B, A can finish in 12 days, so rate will be 3 units of work per day, and B finishes in 18 days, so B takes 2 units. B working rate is 2 units per day, right? So how is it? So on day 1, say suppose this is day 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 on day 1, A does 3 units of work, B does 2 units of work on day 2. Then again on day 3, each term will be there. A will do 3 units, B will do on 4th day, that is on 2 units. So this we can see that uh, in every 2 days, 5 unit of work is done. So 5 unit work done in every 2 day. So what is the total number of work? 36 unit is total work we have assumed. So 36 unit work done in every 2 by 5 into 36, which is 72 by 5 days. Right? Five 14.4 days. So this is the way of solving a question of this nature. So basically what we did, we knew that in 2 days, in 2 days they will complete 5 units of work. So to complete 36 unit of work, they will take around 14.4 days. Is it? Let us see again this one. No, no, here actually it's yeah. Let us see again. See here, in 2 days, 5 unit of work is being completed. So basically, in 14 days, 35 unit of work is done in 14 days. 45 unit of work is done in 14 days, and we have to do 36 unit. And in 14 days, I mean, is it? I mean, on every even number of days B works, and every odd number of days A works. So on 14th day, B would have worked, and thereby, and on that day, 35 unit of work would have been completed. Now on 15th day, it's age turn, and A will start working. So A will complete. A will complete remaining 1 unit of work on 15th day. In B's rate of doing work is 3 units per day. So 1 unit he will finish in 1 by 3 day. 1 by 3 days. So total time is 14 plus 1 by 3. So 14 whole 1 by 3 days. This is the right way. I mean, so whenever we are clubbing two different efficiency or two different rates for two different alternate days, we should be careful this. I mean, we cannot simply take 5 units being done every 2 days. So to complete 36, we will it will be done in 14.4 days. No, we should be careful that on 15th day only A will be working, not both A and B. So for that reason, we should look to the nearest point. So 35th unit will be done by B on 14th day. Now 15th day is done for A, and A will finish that 1 unit of work in 1 by 3 days. So it is 14 whole 1 by 3 days. This is the right answer. Right. Now I solve this using method 2. So same thing. I mean, here A plus B in 2 days will be 1 by 12 plus 1 by 18. So LCM would be 36. So 5 by 36. So now see here. I mean, this is the difficulty with this method, generic method. We have to deal in fractions. So what is it? 5 by 36 unit done in 2 days. And we have to complete 36 units. So 35 by 36 unit will be done in 14 days. Remaining 1 unit, 1 unit to be done by A on 15th day, and time taken will be what? 1 by 3. So time will be 14 plus 1 by 3. So 43 by 3 number of days. This is the answer to this question. This was a good question. So conceptually we should be very mindful of all these nitty-gritties. Now another problem, if A, B, C can finish a piece of work working individually in 10, 12 and 15 days respectively, in what time they can finish the work working together? So again, let us go by method 1 first. So I do directly. It will be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 15, right? So this is LCM is 60, 6, 5, 4. So this becomes 15 by 60. So 15 by 60 unit of work per day, right? Per day by A plus B plus C together. So number of days would be what? I mean, so in one day, I mean 15 by 60 units in one day. So one unit will be in 60 by 15, which is 60 by 50, which is 4 days. This is the method one. Method 2. Method 2, again we use the LCM approach. So total work is 10, 12, 15, which is 60 units, LCM of 10. So 60 unit of total work is there. Now, so A will be doing what? 60 by 10 units per day, which is 6. Then B is 60 by 12 units per day, which is 5. And C will be doing 60 work in 15 days. So 60 units, that is 4 units per day. 4 units of work per day. So total A plus B plus C would be doing 6 plus 5, 11 for 15 units of work per day. Right. So 15 units of work per day, and total work is 60 units. So time will be, time taken is 60 by 15, which is 4 days. Right. So very simple method. Next, move to the next question. Here it says that now we will use only the LCM approach, because we have seen how the basic our approach works, so that we know now. So A and B works together. So it is given that A and B can finish the work in 12 days, and whereas B alone takes 20 days to finish the same work. What is the total number of in what time will A alone finish the work? So let the total work is LCM of 12 comma 20, which is 60 units, right? So we can say that efficiency of, or the working rate of A plus B will be 60 by 5, 60 by 12, which is 5 units per day, and here it will be 3 units per day for B, right? So we now see here A plus B working together, they can do 5 units in one day, and B working alone can finish 3 units in one day. So from here we can say that A would have done only 2 units per day, right? That is, I mean, if I am saying, say, suppose I do X amount of work, and any other person B does Y amount of work. If we work together on that day, we will finish X plus Y amount of work per day. Same thing. B is doing 3 units of work in one day, and A plus B is doing 5 units of work in one day. So A will be doing 2 units of work per day, right? So to finish 60 units, so the time taken by A, time for A would be what? 60 units is total work upon rate is 2 unit per day. So 60 by 2 is 30 days. Very simple approach. Using this we can solve. Now similarly, A and B can finish the work in 15 days. So A and B can finish the work in 15 days. B and C can finish the work in 20 days, and C plus A can finish the work in 12 days. So total work, we can assume that total work is LCM of the days, that is 15 comma 20 comma 12, which is 60 units of work. So what is the rate of doing work? Rate of doing work by ABC, A plus B. A plus B will be doing at 60 upon 15, which is 4 units of work per day. Similarly, here it will be 3 units of work per day. And in case of C plus A, it will be 60 by 12, which is 5 units of work per day. So if I add the 3, what will be A plus B plus B plus C plus C plus A, which is 2 times A plus B plus C. And they will be working 4, 3, 7, 5, 12 units of work per day, right? So A plus B plus C would have done 6 units of work in one day. A plus B would have done 6 units of work in one day. And A plus B, we know, does 4 units in one day. So from here, A plus B does 4 units and A plus B plus does 6 units. So from here we can say 6, C is nothing but 6 minus 4, which is 2 units per day. B will be doing, A plus B plus C is 6 and A plus C is 5. So B will be 1 unit, 6 minus 5, which is 1 unit per day. And A, for A we know A plus B plus C is 6 and B plus 6 is B plus C is 3. So A will be 6 minus 3, which is 3 unit per day. So if C has a rate of 2 unit per day and total work is 60 unit, so 60 by 2 is 30 days C will take. B will take 60 by 1, which is 60 days. And C is working at a rate of 3 units per day. To finish 60 units, C will take 20 days. Right. So this is the answer. I mean, very simply and smoothly we have obtained the answer. Had we gone with the approach of 1 by A plus B, 1 by B plus C, 1 by C plus A, it would have been slightly difficult dealing in fractional terms. Here it is very simple and we have got the answer as well. So now let's move to another problem. Here the problem says if ABC can finish the work in 10, 15 and 12 days. So what is the total work? Let it be LCM of 10, 15 and 20, which is again 60 only, 60 units, right? Or here it is 30, no, 60. Yeah, the 3 started the work together. So now let us see A, B and C. A finishes in 10 days, B finishes in 15 days and C finishes in 20 days. So what will be the rate of doing work? Rate will be here for A, it will be 60 by 10, which is 6 units per day. For B, it will be 60 by 15, which is 4 units per day. And for C, it is 60 units to be done in 20 days, so 3 units per day, right? And what is the time they are working for? Time or duration of work? A is working, 3 started the work, but B quits after 3 days. So it means B works for 3 days. And C quits the work 2 days before the completion of work. So let the work completes in T days. So he will quit after T minus 2 days. So he will work for T minus 2 days. If total number of days needed to complete the work is T, so he quits the work 2 days before that. So T minus 2 days he work and A works for all the T days, right? So total work is what? 60. Here it is 12 and here it is 3 into T minus 2. 3 units per day into T minus 2 days, right? So 3 into T minus 2 units. So total work we can add Now total work will be what? 60 plus 12 plus 3 into t minus 12, and total work is what? 60 units, this we have assumed. So here we can solve this. 60 plus 3t, 12 minus 36 it is, sorry, this is 2 only. So 12 minus 6 is 6, so it becomes 54. So here it is 90 is 54, so t becomes 6 days. So that means in how many days will the work be completed? So work will be completed, work is completed in 6 days, right? So this is the very beautiful application of that LCM approach, wherein we were given that A works for, I mean, A can complete in 10 days, B in 15 days, and C in 20 days if they work upon individually. So from here we can calculate their rate of working or their efficiency. So that is, A has efficiency of 6 units per day, B has efficiency of 4 units per day, and C has efficiency of 3 units per day. Now time of duration, again from the question we can get this T3 and T minus 2, and total work will be what? Their rate of doing work into number of days they work. The summation of that we have assumed here, that is LCM 60. So this is the way we can solve this equation and get the answer here. Now lastly we see one more concept, that is the concept of negative work, and then wind up this session. So negative work is basically, say suppose, I mean, if anyone is digging a hole, so let that digging the hole be considered a work, and if someone comes and pour or fill that hole, so that is negative work. Or in a case, if say suppose there's a pipe which is filling water in a tank, so filling of water in a tank is taken as a work, and if there is some leakage, water is flowing out, or there is some outlet pipe which is kept open, so that outlet pipe is doing the opposite of the work, that is draining the tank out, right? So that is a negative work. So that is the basic concept. So using that, I mean, we just see a few illustrations on this here also, and the next session as well, to consolidate this point. So the example, I mean, suppose pipe A and pipe B are inlet pipes used to fill an overhead tank, while C is an outlet pipe which drains out water from the tank. In such a case, the tank is being filled by A and B, while it is being emptied by C. So here the work done by C is a negative of what work A and B are doing, right? So that is the negative work. Similarly, if say suppose any person is building a wall, so lets that be taken as a work, building a wall. And if some other person comes and destroys the wall, so that is a negative work, then this destroys the wall. So the same thing here, I'll take an example. Pipe A can fill a tank in 15, so A can fill in 15 minutes, pipe B can finish in 20 minutes, I mean independently, individually, whereas pipe C can drain out the tank in 12 minutes. So that is, it is negative work, minus 12. So I mean time will be so positive only, so time is say plus 12 minutes, that is plus 12. Total work is, let the total work is LCM of the time, which is 15, 20 and 12. So here the LCM is 60 units. Now what is the rate of doing work? Rate of doing work, A is doing 60 units in 15 minutes, so 4 units per minute. B is doing 3 units per minute, and C is doing 5 units per minute. Now here we should be careful. C is doing a negative work, right? C is draining out. So C is actually doing negative work, so minus 5 unit of work per minute. So what is the total? Total A plus B plus C will be doing 4 plus 3, 7 minus 5 is 2 units per minute, right? So to finish the total work of 60 units, time taken to do 60 unit of work at the rate of 2 units per minute is what? 60 by 2 is 30 minutes, right? So this is the time taken here. So these are some basic and broad level questions which appear on the time and work. This is a very important topic. Every exam has a question one way or the other depending on these concepts. So we'll see some moderate or advanced level illustrations in the next session. So hope this was clear enough. Thanks for watching this video.